these YouTube videos just to see what the difference is, and it'll be recorded. I think we're live now, so thought I'd go live with some of these videos as opposed to record them because I'll put them on my YouTube channel. Uh, I'm looking through the MLS today, and I get a daily listing of all the houses in the St. George, Southern Utah area. And I have to say, and excuse me for kind of looking at it and talking to you, but uh, some of these houses are 600,000 bucks, and they're not. They're like 2,300 square feet. So please do the math with me, because this is the math I'm doing in building a house. I've come to the conclusion that you're going to spend 450 to six. Excuse me, 450 to 6 on any house that you really want to buy in St. George. You could spend 3, but you're going to get something really small. But if you're like me, 450 to 6, right? Just say yes, right? So that be the case, you're going to spend that kind of money. And what I see come through here every day, and I'm just going to look at a sample while we're talking. And if you've got today's MLS, and today's March 10th, 2021, and this will get dated pretty quickly, but okay, so there's a house just under 600,000, and I'm not going to tell you where, but it's a nice place in St. George. I walk in it and I'm looking around, and it's a little updated, it has nice floors they've put in, but it's a dated house, and some of the windows don't have blinds, and it's 2,500 square feet, which should be enough room. And I am looking at this house that has been probably flipped and rebuilt at $438 $238 a square foot, with hardwood floors, and now there's room for maybe a pool. So you're into another 50 or 60 grand. So you're going to be in this house $650,000. And it's a dated home, nice view in a nice area overlooking mid-century homes, with a deck that it's average. It's average. It's average for 600 grand. And so what I'm saying is, for just do the math with me. I'll write it down. Let's say you found a builder, and just for lack of doing math in my head, $150 a square foot. Okay, you shook hands. You wrote a contract at $150. You wrote the contract for $150. You're going to build a 2,000 square foot home. Is my math wrong? But is that 300,000 bucks? $300,000, right? So if you're going to build a house for 300,000 and you can't find a lot, so you're going to buy a lot like I did, and you're going to spend buku bucks, $150,000. So now you're into that house 450. Do you not think at that 34 landscaping? Now you're into it for 480. Builder takes care of all the impact fees and water fees and everything for his 150. He may charge you 160, but stay with me. You're at 480 on a 2,000 square foot house. Now comment all you want, because I love comments. I want to hear from you, but let's just continue with the math. 480 with landscaping. Say I want to throw in a pool. I want to throw down a pool. 50 grand. It's going to cost you in St. George or Mesquite. 50 grand. So now I'm in the house, 530. 530,000 bucks, because I took 9 months, got what I wanted. I am still $70,000 under the house that is several years old, needs a pool, has gravel for landscaping, and is in a good location. And somebody else picked out the washer and dryer, somebody else picked out the fridge, somebody else has the oven that's been used, the bathtub, everything's dated. You got nothing that you wanted. You got everything you compromised for. So I think, and I'm willing to prove, if you follow me, I'll put you through the build. I'll let you know all the good and bad. And I've built several homes before. This isn't my first rodeo on homes, and you usually go over. So you've got 60 grand to go over on your house to match the $60,000 that you'd have to pay on a house that once you move in, and I'm just going to look at it again. Bear with me if my eyes go in a direction that isn't with the screen. Dated, 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 dated. That has a nice fridge. But somebody's came in and is doing a flip probably on this thing because it looks like that type of stuff, but they've moved in. It's average. Now, I'm not knocking. I'm not telling you where the house is. I'm not doing that. Somebody's going to do some, and all fairness, there's a real nice house here for $460 that looks brand new. Don't want to do the visual tour. It's 1,800 square feet, and it looks brand new and is very nice. But guess what? You go to bid $460 on this house. Nice location, nice house, looks brand new, and you're not going to get it for $460. Somebody else is going to beat you to it, and they're going to pay $500. Why? Because it works for them. And I'm looking through the house to see what the backyard is, because usually you're smashed up against someone else. It's the last thing they want to show you. This is nice. This is really, the one for $460 is nice if you can get it for that. They've done a good job with the backyard, gardening, and it's nice. Nice. 1,800 square feet. Can you live in 1,800 square feet? Anyway, my point here is you can build something right now. They are builders. I have a list of them. They have come to me. I have talked to them. I have interviewed them. There are builders that are out there that'll 150 to 160 a square foot will build you something. You can pick out the granite. You can pick out the flooring. You can pick out the carpet. You can pick out the lighting. You can choose the color on the wall so you don't have to repaint. You're the first guy in, so you're not discovering any stains on the carpet you didn't see on your walkthrough. Get to pick your deck, get to pick where you want to live. There are places. In fact, I know of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know of at least 6 lots that you could buy in exclusive areas that you thought you'd die and go to heaven once you get the house done, that you can buy that aren't going to be published. So join my little program, follow, do all the stuff the young people do, and let's figure this out together. My objective here is to give the people that really want to do this right an edge in the marketplace rather than being a victim. You could buy any of those houses that are listed today on the MLS, and you're going to probably spend 50 grand too much when the market changes. I could be wrong. I've done this a long time. You can see I'm an old man. But what I do know is if you don't do your research and compare. And it's funny, the car business, I keep comparing, and my background is I was a general manager of a car dealership 30 years ago. I've been a consultant to the luxury manufacturers, toured across the country. I've met with thousands of car dealers. And the funny thing is, about 10 years ago, used became very popular. And a used Camaro, for example, 5 years ago would run through the auction and fetch more money than what you would pay for it new. A Chevy truck, a GMC truck, they would all go through the auction and be fetching more than invoice. And the reason is I need a truck, and I feel like a used truck would give me the depreciation that I need, so I'm not paying too much. And the dealer would like, man, do people know that they could have bought this thing? Because it's going to get marked up on a used car lot and be sold as a payment anyway. That's the same thing in the real estate industry. You're looking at a payment. gee, in your mind, you're at 2% interest, and I can get a used home for 600,000. Equates to, $3,000, whatever it is, $3,000 a month payment. Yeah, I can do that. And now I'm in St. George, and I'm good, or I'm in Mesquite, and that's good. That works. Heck, check out new. I think it's changed. I think it's like that Chevy truck with 8,000 miles that went through the auction. Somebody's put scratches on it, fetching. They use the word fetch. It fetches more money than a new one. But our mind is, wow, I can't afford a new one. I don't want to pay documentation fee and sales tax and all the things the dealer's going to get me. And I don't know. Well, we're at that point. We're at that point right now where the used market is fetching because there's no houses out there, supply and demand. And over here, I got a builder that says, hey, ready to roll. I'm building 2 right now. I'll build 1 more. Or I can introduce you to the builder that's building, and you can build a custom home. You tell them you got to keep it under 600,000. You're going to get a pretty nice home, probably on a half acre, probably in an area where is much better than looking over the roof of a 50-year-old house. Probably nicer area that doesn't need any updating or doesn't need a new furnace, doesn't need new air conditioning. Now, why I'm hammering so much on this is I've come to that realization. And what you're out is 9 months, maybe 10 to do a build job. And you should have started that much earlier. And if you were out 10, and you don't know how to do this, I can show you how to get a loan for a construction loan with the builder. Or now builders are offering the construction loan, and they make it pretty simple. It used to be when I'd build houses, I had to go down and check everything off and make sure you're not getting screwed with somebody not showing up or double charging you. I had dumpsters charged for the whole neighborhood to us. And it took some time. Now it's not like that anymore. The banks, the credit unions all have their people that can manage the build. I'm just saying, like and follow, and let's figure this out together. And if you want to email me, I'm learning this YouTube studio as I go. I'm getting some PowerPoints done, and I'll have a link to a real nice website where you can read more and decide if you want to subscribe and do Patreon and all of that. But don't fall into the trap of spending $250 a square foot for a house. You got to go put 10 to 20 grand in. I'm just saying. And a good real estate agent that you're working with would have a couple builders under their kimono, and they would share with you, but they don't want to share with you maybe because it's a lot easier transaction to sell the house in front of them. They get closed in 30 days, your commission's there. I mean, I get it, but don't fall victim to making a rash and emotional decision if you're moving. And I'm going to reach out to people who are not moving to St. George or Mesquite. You moving to Salt Lake? That's where I live. If you want to learn the Salt Lake market, the Salt Lake Valley, Utah County Valley, I would say follow me, and I'll share with you the ups and downs about Salt Lake and what's going on here. It's almost as bad as St. George, but I'll share with you. There are secret areas. There are areas that builders standing there wishing he had one more build job to go with the 3 that he has going. I'll talk to you and figure out how to share where those areas are. But Salt Lake is a grand picture of what's going on in St. George. And Utah County is right there, not too far behind. And then there's these little neighborhoods, and there's good ones and there's not so good ones. But like and share, and we'll figure it out together. And hey, thanks for your comments and information. All of you have been kind and have shared your experiences with me and your journey. And I find a lot of them to be quite profound. So if you're that kind of person that doesn't share, get in here and share. And I'll personally write back to you or comment and share some information. But man, it's getting too close. New used, new Chevy truck sitting on the car lot. Everybody's walking by, and there goes the Chevy truck through the auction. The dealer's buying, paying more than invoice, putting on the lot, and you're ended up paying a few $1,000s from a brand new truck. It's the same thing. Thanks, and have a great day.